Alright guys, in this video we're going to be going over some things I do not like about the 84 GMC Sierra. One of which being the fact that these trucks rust out quite easily. Now, as pretty much every vehicle did before 2010, in Michigan they rust out pretty quick. Now as you may notice, this truck is not very rusty. That is because it is from California and was just brought to Michigan 3 years ago. But these square bodies, they love to rot out, especially in the cab corner area, rocker area, fenders, bed sides, pretty much any space that's metal, which is the entire truck, likes to rot out. So that is one thing I don't like about these, because in Michigan it is virtually impossible to find one that is clean. Another thing I hate about this truck is we move into the interior here. Dash pads are always cracked. This one is in the process of being replaced. The gauges are not very legible, honestly, from the driver's seat. We'll climb in. I'm in the truck. The camera is at my eye level, and as you can tell, you cannot really read the speedometer or the gas gauge or any of the other gauges. So that is quite unideal. Another thing I don't like about this truck is, while I do love the steering wheel, it is quite large and it makes getting in and out of the vehicle a little tricky, especially if you're a big boy like me. Another thing I don't like about the truck is the doors. So that one has just had the latch replaced, but even then I still had to slam it pretty good. Now we'll go over here to the passenger side. You can tell it opens okay, and then we go to close it with a normal amount of force. And you go, see, look, it's not latched all the way. The way you got to do it is you have to slam it like that. Now it is latched all the way. Kind of annoying, and if you have people riding in the truck that aren't familiar with these, you have to explain it to them every time that you really got to slam the door for it to shut. So we'll make our way back to the driver's seat here. Another thing I don't necessarily love about these trucks is the pedal placement. Now maybe in 1984 people weren't as fat as I am, but if we are in the truck, the clutch pedal is kind of high up, honestly, so you kind of have to bring your foot up from where it would naturally be to get onto this clutch and operate that. Kind of weird, not preferred, but if you're just cruising around town up here in the country, that's not too bad. But in like city traffic or, you know, around a smaller town, that would get old pretty quick. Another thing these trucks really aren't very good about is interior quality. As you can tell, this truck's undergoing some work on the interior. Wires hanging down and all that stuff. Turn signal stuck, very common. Doesn't do a whole lot. Door panels, these things love to break off. This window crank, as you can tell, very loose. And honestly, if you'll shut the door too hard sometimes, it'll fly off and go on the other side of the truck. You have to pop it back on. Not my favorite thing to do. But that's really all I don't like about this truck. Everything else is pretty sweet. Drives pretty good. It's a fun truck for sure. These days they're getting a little expensive. I guess that would be the other thing I don't like about them. Is that these days the values of them have shot up so high that you can't really get a decent one for a cheap price anymore. For a long time these weren't worth anything, but now they most definitely are. So if you got a clean one, you should probably hang on to it. Thanks for watching, guys.